Hi guys, this week I think I'll do another how-to, and this one's going to be about the 153 IR controller from Lionel. It's a little infrared beam sensor that controls, a multitude of accessories. This is proof of concept here, so I figure we'll give it a try here. It took me a while. I followed the diagram, and at first it didn't work, and then went and had a beer. Sometimes in life you got to do that. You walk away. I looked at a couple YouTube videos on people that had issues. This is 50 years old. It's my wife's cousin's. It's an old Lionel, and I put new bulbs in it. They're incandescent bulbs, so I thought maybe you need LEDs. I don't know. But I came back down, and lo and behold, it worked. So I'll show you the diagram that I used, and this is 50 years old with new bulbs. But here's the gadget. Here's the infrared sensor, but see, you can see there it switched, and then it'll go back there. Now, what I had to do was, this little door here, I lifted it up, and I had the sensitivity set all the way to the max. So it's maximum sensitivity, and then you bring it back down till you hear it click, and the light switched. So you want it all the way to max, and then bring it back down, just a fuzz. And then on the other one, for the time, I have the time set at the shortest time. And this is a great card. It tells me track voltage. See, it'll go up and down. And then, so you watch the lights. So it does work. And then I have it wired up to the one, and then I just ran a jumper wire over to the other side. So, and then the ground is common through this, like a car. It uses a common ground. And then I'm just going to have it so when a train goes by, it'll switch over. I think it looks cool. So it does work. You just got to be patient with it and play around. You want maximum sensitivity, but back it off till you hear it click. And that worked for me. So, we'll put it, here's proof of concept. Now we'll put it on the layout, and hopefully it'll work. And I'll show you a close-up of the wiring diagram I used. So I used track voltage versus auxiliary. So there's two black wires coming out of the back of the thing, and I just hooked that up. Here's the wires coming out of the unit there. Ran that to track or fast track. It has plugs on it. You could plug it right into fast track. And then there's a switch on the back. You switch that over to track instead of auxiliary. Here's a picture of the switch. That's on the back of it. And then you're going to use these doors over here. If you had auxiliary power, you'd put it in here, but we're just using track. And I tried all different things, and it wasn't working. So then after I came back a second time, and I don't know, maybe just being that old, and then I used figure 14, the signal bridge wiring. And here's a schematic on the back of the unit, and then there's your red and the common ground and the green. And then I just ran a jumper wire from the red and the green over to the other light. It uses the bridge as your ground. So, but, and then there's something else I want to show you. Let me get that hooked up and I'll show you. Okay guys, here's the other thing. I bought this brand new. This is a Virginian Trainmaster engine. It's older Lionel. Nothing fancy. It's probably from the MPC era. I don't know. But it was brand new in the box from the dealer, and he told me up front, he gave me a real good deal on it. He says, sometimes the older Lionels, the horn or whistles won't work with an MTH Z4000 transformer. And he was honest about it, and that's what he had in the shop, and it didn't work real great. So I'll show you here. This is a CW8 I'm using on my workbench, and this engine's flawless, works great. But if anybody knows why that is, I'll show you on the platform with an MTH. Somebody was saying something about the cycles of the pulses of the electricity. I don't know, but it works with my Polar Express, which is really old, and this engine here, I'm not sure what vintage it's from, but it's pretty basic. And but there you saw it with the CW8, horn works fine. With the MTH one, it doesn't work so fine. So I don't know what it is. If anybody knows, you know, drop me a comment. Love to know. Yeah, here's a close-up of the workings of it. Here's the infrared eyes in here. Then it's got the 2 power wires coming out of here. The old days, I guess this a track connector slid out of here, one of those clip-ons, but I don't think mine does that. And then here's your sensitivity. I put a dot there for what seemed to work for me. There's high and the timer. And then here's the back end, the business end of it. So you have auxiliary and track. I'm running track, and just 3 wires there. You put a screwdriver in these orange things and lift up, and that opens the jaws, and you stick your wires in. But yeah, it's working good now. So, and then you fold this down, and that'll give you an idea with the guts of it. It's pretty neat. Yeah, right here is where I mounted the IR controller, and it's picking up, sending the beam this way. It picks up on reflection, so that just worked out to be the only place I could put it, but it fits good there. So yeah, give it a shot, guys. Yeah, so here's the test on that Virginian horn I was going to tell you about. The horn on the engine here with the MTH. I'll try the bell. Yeah, the bell's okay, but for some reason that's all you get for a horn. Kind of odd. So if anybody knows, let me know. Well, we got some heavy snowpack coming out of the North Pole. We're gonna have to clear the line. Lights on the platform. And by the way, if I didn't mention it, I used 4-wire thermostat wiring for your furnace. And it's a nice little single core wire. It's great for switches and wiring up signals and stuff like that. You get it at the hardware store. Signals, they look pretty good. So yeah, you could use that IR controller for any trackside accessory. Give it a shot. Yeah, it seems to work. Well, that's it from DT Shortline this week. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe.